There are a lot of resources now for people who are buying their first laundromat. We have a free ebook, tons of tools, courses, and guides to help people navigate the process. Many people forget, however, that most sellers are selling for the first time. Sellers need guidance, tools, and resources to navigate these uncharted territories as well. In this guide, we'll light the path to selling your laundromat for the most money, quickly. When selling your laundromat, you must determine how you are going to sell it, prepare the information a potential buyer will need, prepare your business to be ready to sell, and value your laundromat. Your laundromat's value will be based on its performance, so you also need to ensure that it is performing optimally in order to sell it for the most money and quickly. Hello and welcome to the Lobo Business Sales LLC channel. In this video, we will talk about how to sell a laundromat with a business broker. So, before moving further, please like this video and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss our upcoming amazing videos. And also use the links provided in the description below for a free initial consultation to sell your business with Lobo Business Sales LLC. Alright, let's jump in. Put yourself in a buyer's position and provide everything you would want. The value of documentation. I want to take a paragraph to instill that having solid documentation makes your laundromat more valuable. When you can show detailed collection sheets, the collection sheets match the profit and loss statements, P&L, and the P&L correlates with your bank deposit statements and taxes, your business is more financeable. Any asset that can be financed will be more valuable and command a higher price. It's therefore in your best interest to keep good records for your business. Utilizing a software solution like Sense can help you keep great records and ensure your laundromat is financeable. Let's talk briefly about what information is needed and when. Generally speaking, average monthly income, average monthly expenses, monthly lease amount, with CAM and NNN costs when applicable, and the number of years left on the lease will be general information that buyers will need to gauge interest. Typically, a profit and loss report or income and expenses report, collection sheets, specific expense bills, and anything else more specific will only be divulged after the buyer signs a non-disclosure agreement, NDA, or after a purchase agreement is signed by both parties. Documents to gather. Number 1, income numbers. Buyers will obviously want to know how much money the laundromat makes. These numbers are usually general averages until a formal agreement of some sort is signed by both parties. When you or your agent lists a laundromat for sale, they will usually take the gross yearly income and divide it by 12 to determine an average monthly income. You'll therefore need your income numbers, usually from at least the last 2 years. These numbers will be used in a pro forma. You can download a free, editable sample pro forma when you join the free or pro membership. Once a formal agreement is reached, the buyer will want to see more detailed numbers so that they can verify your numbers during the due diligence phase. This will include a monthly breakdown of income and from which sources the income is attained. Collection sheets, if you're selling a coin or hybrid store, will also be requested at this point in the transaction. Number 2, expense numbers. Similar to the income numbers, buyers will only require an average monthly expense amount initially and a more detailed expense breakdown when the agreement is formalized. To prepare for this, you should gather 2 years' worth of utility bills, download PDFs from the utility company websites, the lease and all amendments and addendums, and any other documents that you can provide to verify expense amounts. While it's tempting to underrepresent expenses or leave some expenses out, it will only serve to erode the buyer's trust and cause them to negotiate harder. I have seen this play out time and again in both the brokerage side of selling a laundromat and the consulting side of buying and selling a laundromat. You're better off asking for what you want and removing red flags from the beginning. You'll end up with more value for your business by the time the deal closes. If negotiations have to open up again during the escrow period, you'll likely find yourself either losing the buyer or offering concessions you didn't anticipate. Number 3, laundromat details. Buyers will also need certain details to be able to determine a value for your laundromat. Again, they will need general information before an offer is agreed upon and more specific information after an offer is agreed upon. The main pieces of information you'll need to provide a potential buyer before there is any commitment are the equipment age, the monthly lease amount, and the number of years left on the lease. If you don't know the age of your equipment, the agent you're working with, the local distributor for your equipment brand, or the manufacturer should be able to help you determine that information. The monthly lease amount and years left on the lease can obviously be found in the lease document. Just be sure to check all amendments and addendums. Also be sure that the lease and any options are assumable, or that they will apply to the new buyer. Preparation is the key to success. Number 1. Preparing your laundromat business to sell. Laundromats are valued based on a multiple of the net income they produce. Net income is the amount of money that is left after paying off all business expenses. As a seller, then, your laundromat is most valuable when you can maximize your net income. There are two sides to net income, and as you prepare your laundromat to sell, you should look at both sides, income and expenses. Number 2. Preparing your laundromat aesthetics to sell. It's not supposed to be the case, but the feeling a buyer gets when they look at your laundromat will play a factor in their interest in your laundromat. It will also play a factor in how much they are willing to pay for your laundromat. When I talk about preparing the aesthetics, what I am really saying is that we need to evoke a positive feeling in buyers when they encounter our laundromat. There are a few things we can do to help make that happen. Keep it clean, keep it fresh, maintain the outside, represent your laundromat well online, list it for sale on Laundromat Marketplace. From your perspective, deciding on a realistic asking price for your laundromat operation will be predicated on several things. Remaining years left on your lease. Hopefully, your landlord will be willing to add more time, if necessary. The overall condition of your laundromat. The age and sizes of all of the washers and dryers. Whether or not your store is located in a strong market with little competition. A steady annual cash flow, profit after taking into account all expenses, net of any outstanding financing. Although you will be using just a few simple factors to determine your asking price, be aware that buyers are looking at far more to determine what their actual return on investment will be. Especially important are the age and usability of the washers and dryers. Those are the workhorses that will be generating revenue for the business. That's all for today's video. Don't forget to visit lobobusinesssales.com and businessbrokerdave.com to sell your business. Thanks for watching this video. If you found it informative, do like and subscribe, and don't forget to give comments and provide us with your valuable feedback. And until then, stay tuned to Lobo Business Sales LLC.